Hello class. In this video, I'll explain the common issues you had in the week 3 assignments, and I'll also show you some grid models you have submitted. So this CAD model has several issues. So the first big issue is here you see here. So the vertices on the ear and the vertices on the body, they are snapped together, right? They stay together. However, they are not actually combined. Not actually merged together. So if I select the model and I hit 3 key, as you can see in 3 key on the smooth mode, it shows a sharp angle here, so that means they are still separated. See, if I go to vertex mode, select any of the vertex, I can still move them away, right? And also this point is not actually snapped on the vertex on the body. So what I can do is I can press 4 key to go to the wireframe mode and just select this vertex and hit 5 key to go back to shaded mode and move it out, and then hold down VK to snap it back here. And same thing for the bottom. Here, press 4 key and 5 key again and bring this point back, and then hold on V key to snap it here. Alright, so the top is easier to fix. However, the bottom has more issue. Alright, so as you can see, these vertices goes to the wrong place. So this usually happen when you snap a point to a different location. You may accidentally snap it to a wrong location. For example, this point is supposed to be here, but it moved to the top part. So you can just select it and bring it back here. And as you can see, as I move it down, it looks like I moved the wrong point, right? And here the structure is a little bit more complex, and you have further issue, not just snapping. See, this point actually is supposed to be here, but it is here. It's snapped to here. So what I can do is, if it's hard to select that specific point, I can just select this one and move both of them up a little bit, so the model is still symmetry. And then for the bottom, supposed to be in the bottom here, I can grab it down and bring it back. Okay, however, before I snap it to there, as you can see, you have one more issue. You forgot to denate the interface, right, on the ear and also on the cup, on the body. Alright, as you denate the interface, you can bring them together. So never have the interface exist when you merge the two objects together. So you should denate the interface. Alright, so now as you snap the points together, what you can do is, with vertex mode, grab these points here and hold on shift and grab the points here, right? Make sure you select all the points around here, and then hold on shift K and use mouse right key and merge vertices and merge vertices. So you'll merge the vertex that snap together actually into one vertex. Okay, so now if I select any of the vertex, as you can see, I move it out, it stays together, right? See, this is the interface, so they stay together. And if I press 3K, see, they smooth out, so they are together. Alright, so that's two issues. One is interface, one is the vertex is not merged. And the third issue is here. As you can see, if I go to edge mode, and here one edge is missing, here's another edge is also absent. So here, let me show you two methods to fix that. First way, we can use a what is called cut multi-cut. Okay, so I haven't talked about that this tool in the previous demonstration, but here let me show you. So hold on in object mode, hold on shift K, use mouse right key, you'll be able to go to multi-cut. Alright, and then we can start from here, this point. So just click on any part on this edge and bring this point to here. Alright, and then click on any part on this edge and bring this point to here. So as it become yellow, so that means this edge will stay on that point and it will merge together. And then hit return key to confirm the change. So now it will bridge between this vertex and make this edge. and then you can hit QK to quit this tool. Okay, now we are in the selection tool. See, now I just added an edge on this face. Okay, so for here, I'll show you another way. So use face selection mode, delete this face, and then go to edge mode. Select the two edges on the top, two edges on the bottom, and then you can go to edit mesh and bridge, and go to tool setting. Make sure division set as 0 and bridge. So to connect these four edges together and generate the faces. So here it's good to see that you have added edge loop on the top, so it keep the shape on the top. However, as you can see, the bottom is a smooth out. So you can hold on Shift K, use mouse right key to add a edge loop close to the bottom. Okay, so now it looks better. Plate, as you can see, your model in smooth mode. Here's really thin on the side, right? So now I hit one key to go back to the normal display mode. So I see you have added edge loop on this side on the top, however not on the bottom and on the side. So when you smooth, it'll smooth out, right? So we can just add two more. One and here. Okay, one and here if you want it to be more hard. Actually, three edge loops. Alright, so now don't forget to hit QK to quit the tool and go back to object mode. Press 3 key. See, now it's more hard. However, it's too hard, it's too sharp on the angle. So in that case, you may, when you add the edge loop, you may just add one and in the center. Or you can still add two, but need more space between these two edges, so it will be softer, right? Okay, this is another student work, and it has an issue that is very common. Okay, so see here, if I go to the bottom, this face is missing. I assume the student have read everything. However, when he sent the model to other people to open it in Maya, and this problem will happen. It is because the history of the file. See here. If I just take a look at outliner, I can see the name. Here it says mark cylinder, so I believe it is the history of this cylinder part. And here torus. So I believe that is the history of the ear part. That when the student created the model, he have two different objects, right? And he did change like extrusion. Or cut part of the torus, and then he merged them together. So as you have those history, this history file and the matters, they will make your model sometimes acting really weird. So that's why in the previous lesson I suggest you always select the model and go to tool menu, modify and freeze transformation, and then go to edit and delete its history. Alright, so every time you do a key step, remember to do these two steps, freeze transformation and delete history. So here what I mean key step. For example, key step is after you finish the main structure of the cup and a main structure of the ear, and you combine them together as one object, and then you'll delete history. So as you combine multiple objects into one, that is a key step, and you're recommended to delete the history. Otherwise, your program will get really confused. And this model was two separate objects, and they have all the history, like before how it was extruded, before how you add the edge loop, and how you delete the faces here, and before you delete half of the torus. So they have all of this history keep at here, but now it is one object. So the history sometimes will make your object acting really weird. When I open it in a different program, or I send this model to other artists, they open it in Maya, and sometimes they will see the edges or the vertex being stretched out, and or the faces disappeared, so it will looks weird. So always have a good habit to freeze transformation and delete history. Model, the shape looks good. However, if we take a look at the bottom side, there's some issue with it. This problem happened. Basically, remember when we extrude the faces, so instead of selecting the face to extrude, you may select the edges to extrude. So this is how it happens. Let me show you. So here, if I select these edges and I did a extrude, so it is an extrude based on the edge. See here, based on the edge instead of the faces. So that's how it happened. All right. So when you create a plane for the plate, you have to go to face selection mode and grab the faces and extrude. Another thing that can cause problem is, say here, if I select all the faces and I apply a extrude and I bring them up, so if you check off the keep faces together, see, each face will be separated. So to prevent that happen, when you apply extrude, here make sure keep faces together is checked on. Some of you reported that when they get the vertex selection or edge selection, they have those colored selections. And whenever they grab just the one edge and move it, it'll move the whole area. This is a common issue. This is not an actual issue, but if you don't know, if you don't understand what is it, it can be an issue. Okay, so this is called soft selection. To turn it off, you'll just go to the selection menu here, and then go to the soft selection here, and turn it off. Okay, as you turn it off, now you can see that if I select edge, it'll just select a specific edge and I can move it, right? So what's use of the soft selection if I turn it on? Okay, so soft selection is basically for sometimes model the terrain. For example, if I select a specific vertex, for example, and if I want to get some bumps on the ground, right, I can do it very easy. So a lot of time when you want to model this type of structure, for example, terrain or organic shape, and you will use a soft selection. However, in a lot of cases, if you want to make your points, your edges be accurate, you would like to turn it off. So you can just go to selection and go to soft selection here, check it off. One student commented that she couldn't add edge loop horizontally. Okay, so here I just opened your model and I did an insert edge loop tool and I have no issue add edge horizontally. However, sometimes the issue might happen if, for example, if I delete the face on the side. So here the connections break down. So in that case, if I insert edge loop tool, see, I could not insert the edge loop through the whole thing. And then I have to manually insert edge loop on the other side. However, it is not actually aligned with each other. Another reason can be on one side of the face, there's more than one edges. For example, here, I inserted one edge already. Okay. And then in the end, here it has two edges on this side, right? Here only have one edge. So in that scenario, if I go to insert edge loop tool, see, I could only add the edge through that direction and could not go this direction because all the edges on this side, it is the same as this edge. It only have one edge, right? However, on this side of the faces, it have two edges. So the program is confused about where should add the edge. Common scenario is when you add an edge loop, you want it to be horizontally, right? You don't want it tilted. However, sometimes, see, if I move these side edges down a little bit. So in this scenario, if one side of the edge is longer, another side is shorter, and then when you insert edge loop, it'll be tilted, right? So to make it horizontal, hit RK for scale, where you can just click on here. So for scale tool, click on the scale on Y and just push it down. And then at the time, you could not use the tool anymore. That is because you have compressed it to one level. So that's horizontal. See that? Another question is about the floor plan, the references. So anytime when you move on your project to a different computer, your computer will be confused where you put the reference image, right? So here you can see, we could not see the floor plan. You can just right click on it and go to the image plan. And then here in the attribute editor, you should have the location for it. And then just relocate it. So here I relocate it and select it and open. And here it is. So it'll pop up. Normally you have to move it down and then go to your top view, right? So when you create a plan and then just press 4 key, so you'll only be able to see the wireframe of your model, which is this one. Press 4, so you only be able to see the wireframe. So you can go to the top menu and change the points according to the floor plan. Let me show you the models you submitted for last week of assignments, which is lesson 3, the cup and plate model. So for the models I included here, I didn't see any issue in your model. Since we got many of those, I cannot show you every model. So here I'll just show you 2 models. For the students that I did not include it here, your model only have a small issue, minor issue. I either pointed out the issues your model have in the earlier section of this video, or I have posted my feedback on the grading portal. Okay, so for here, Chad's model, I really like how smooth it is between the connection of the ear and the cup. So Chad did a good job on merging the vertices between the ear and the cup. Okay, and Keisha's model, as the same. Keisha did a good job on merging the vertices between the ear and the cup, and also she added the edge loop around the edge, around the corner of the model. So whenever I press 3 to smooth, you can see it looks really good. Alright, let's move on to lesson 4, which is apartment building. Same. For all the models I included here, I didn't see any issue on your model. And if your model is not here, you only have a very small issue in your model that I pointed out in the previous section of the video. Alright. And here I like to show you Arnoldo's model. Here's how it looks. He did a good job on modeling the structure, and also he added the furnitures to the model. That's very good. So just make sure that the scale matches the real scale. I would scale down the table and the chair a little bit. And this is the Irene Porter's model. And I like how she separated the window frame here in the middle, and she created 2 sections of the window. Okay, the door looks good as well. And Hanke Zahar's model, he did a good job on the structure as well, and he also created a ceiling for the model. So when you have a ceiling, right, and when you import your model in the game, your player can walk in this environment, open the door, and be in the room, and there's a ceiling, so it is like a real room. And Jose's model, he started to build the table, the countertop here, and the kitchen. Looks good. And also like how he created the window. So in the later section of the course, I will show you how to apply different materials to different objects. So for example, for the window, for the glass, we can assign glass material to it, so it is transparent, we can see through it. And here's a Rhodes model. I really like Rhodes break the window into 3 sections here and 2 sections here, depending on the length of the window frame. Okay, and the window looks really good, and the door looks good as well. And here for Michael's model, the structure looks good. Okay, I just have one suggestion. So for your model, for the wall structure, you don't have to put so many subdivisions on your model. So only subdivide your model based on the structure. Alright, but the structure looks really good. You did a good job on that. Okay, so that's pretty much of the models we have for the past week. And every one of you did a great job on the assignments. And as I said, for those people, the model is not showing here. You only have a very small issue, and the main structure of your model looks good. So hopefully this video explains the issues, and it will be very easy for you to fix those issues.